The emperor was shocked to discover his blood actually merged with that of a little beggar, but he had clearly never favored any concubine in the harem. However, the dirty child before his eyes was the spitting image of himself as a child. It turned out 8 years ago, when the emperor was down on his luck, he had fallen in love with the daughter of a wealthy merchant, thinking they could grow old together. Who would have thought when he proposed, he was ruthlessly rejected? The reason was actually that he couldn't give the woman the wealth and glory she wanted. The furious man never believed in love again from then on. But what he didn't know was the woman had her difficulties, because the local evil baron had his eyes on her family's property and even threatened the man's life to force her to marry. The woman could only submit in order to save her beloved. Soon after the marriage, the baron revealed his true colors. Making up a random crime, he threw the lady's entire family into prison, while the disheartened emperor returned to the capital and vowed to never marry. Little did he know at this time the woman was already carrying his child, and in a dark prison cell, she gave birth to the child alone. In the blink of an eye, 8 years passed. The man successfully ascended the throne and became emperor, while the little boy could only survive by begging outside the prison. On this day, he had saved up a month's money and finally exchanged it for a chance to visit his mother. The weak mother knew her days were numbered and handed her son a jade pendant and portrait she had treasured for years, instructing him to go to the capital to find his birth father. However, the boy told this secret to another little beggar, so the scheming boy took the chance to knock out the little beggar and steal the tokens. Then, relying on the portrait, he searched all over the capital and happened to encounter the emperor being urged to marry by the Empress Dowager. He immediately threw himself forward to acknowledge kinship, seeing the familiar jade pendant. The emperor thought of that girl who haunted his dreams. The Empress Dowager was so excited, she wanted to make this little beggar the crown prince on the spot. On the other side, when the boy woke up and found the tokens stolen, he hurriedly went to discuss with his mother, but saw the baron beating his mother again. It turned out before the lady's father passed away, he had left behind a list of traitors, and the baron's name was on it. All these years, the baron had been severely torturing the mother, just to force out the location of the list. Witnessing his mother's miserable state, the little boy understood only the emperor could save her, so he rushed to the capital at all costs, breaking through the guard's obstruction and kneeling before the emperor, begging the emperor to redress his mother's grievances. When the two boys met, the scheming boy was instantly terrified, and the boy, seeing the beggar impersonating him, had become the crown prince. He instantly realized the emperor was his father. He rushed forward shouting, "Father, save mother!" But the emperor only believed the scheming boy holding the jade pendant. The heartbroken little boy turned to leave. At this time, a pouch fell from his body. The emperor recognized at a glance this was the woman's handiwork, so he immediately asked the scheming boy if he recognized this item, but he hemmed and hawed, unable to answer. The emperor instantly realized the crown prince before him was fake. He immediately ordered a search for the boy's whereabouts. While the boy learned his mother had been taken out of prison, furious, he directly charged into the baron's estate to protect his mother. But the vicious baron actually used the child as a threat, forcing the woman to reveal the location of the list. Little did he know, no matter how arrogant he was now, he would soon regret it just as much, because the emperor had already learned of the woman's whereabouts. Just as the baron was about to lay hands on the boy, the emperor finally arrived.